And from one wartime reminder to another, art and graffiti drawn on prison cells by soldiers who refused to fight in the First World War will be preserved thanks to a new lottery grant.
The pencil drawings, poems and hymns were made by a group of conscientious objectors imprisoned for their views in Richmond Castle, Yorkshire. Duncan Golostani reports on the work to remember those who spoke out.
Is England a free country? Well, let us go. Let the MPs fight it out. Let's be free and look after our wives and children.
You might just as well try to dry a floor by throwing water on it as try to end this war by fighting.
They were the voices of dissent few wanted to hear. Locked up in Richmond Castle, some of the earliest conscientious objectors. When conscription was introduced during the First World War, they refused to fight. Some objected to doing anything which might contribute to the war effort.
Quite an emotional experience, really.
Among a group known as the Richmond 16, the father-in-law of Marjorie Gordy. Norman Gordy was a Quaker prepared to die for his beliefs. On the wall of his cell, there is still a drawing of his mother. At the end of May 1916, the men were taken from their cells here and sent to France. That meant they were on active service, and if they disobeyed orders there, they could be shot. Some in the army were determined to make an example of them. At the last minute, the Richmond 16 was saved thanks to Prime Minister Herbert Asquith. But back home, the men were ostracised and struggled to find work.
I suppose, really, in a way, it makes me feel quite proud to think that he took that stand so long ago, and here we are today, remembering it.
The men's graffiti will now be preserved by English Heritage, a permanent record to those who helped shift public opinion by fighting for their beliefs. Duncan Golostani, ITV News, North Yorkshire.